feel like Jed York has been like kind of hiding in the corner for like 4 or 5 years. It's like, no. Sit in the front of the class. Sit in the front of the class. We're talking about you right now. You have to fix this. Kyle can't fix this. Kyle and Jimmy can't fix this, in my opinion. Jed has to fix this. Sorry, go.
To me, since the York family took over, what's been the constant theme? They could not reclaim the success, the gold standard that Eddie DeBartolo had for those 20 seasons from 1981 to 2000.
Hold on. If you ask Jed, he would say that he's every bit of as good of an owner as Eddie. He's just had some bad luck. They are much in denial, the Yorks. They're like, oh, we got the new stadium, not Eddie. We've been to the Super Bowl twice, and, a couple bad, maybe Nick Bosa didn't get hold or whatever. That's how they think, and that's why they're in la-la land.
To me, I believe your father and you on the Tuesday show talked about what is Jed wanting with the 49ers. He just wants positive press any chance and every time he can get. I don't think he truly cares about getting this team over the top and winning multiple Super Bowls.
He wants people to say that the team is on the right track and he's a genius. He really wants people to say that he's smart and he's doing things right. Like he's just a kid who was given a team, but he really thinks that he's like a Silicon Valley CEO. That he could be running, Facebook or something like that, Google. Nah, man, you can't even run the Niners. He's like he was born on third base, and he's convinced he hit a triple, and he will fire you if you don't act like he hit a triple too. And so everyone that works in the organization just kisses up to him. Oh, I got it. First of all, we got to thank Jed. Jed has done such an amazing job, and he's just the best owner. And he's so smart, and he's so handsome. It's like, nah, stop pretending. But he eats it up. He eats it up, and he requires it. And I just don't see how this team is going to go anywhere with Jed calling the plays, the shots, because he's always going to hire some, first-timer whose main skill is kissing up to Jed. That's what Trent Baalke did so well. That's why he lasted longer than Harbaugh, because he could prey on all of Jed York's insecurities.
Yeah, the thing that I miss that I've seen that this ownership doesn't have is a Carmen policy type to advise Jed and give him recommendations or tell him, hey, we can't be doing this. We have good players, or you allowed the coach to swap out the training staff and we still can't get out from the top 5 of the most injuries in the NFL. Injuries happen, I get it, but we shouldn't be up year after year towards the top. And why don't we have a elite starting quarterback, or at least a capable starting quarterback? We'll just say that. Those are the kind of issues I would bring up.
He got into a power struggle with Jim Harbaugh, and now he needs to see a few more years of Kyle Shanahan. It's like, Jed, man, your decision-making is awful. And I think one of the worst things that's ever happened to this organization is him getting total decision-making power. And I think and what he hates and what the Yorks hate is when people call it like it is with Jed and say he's terrible at his job. Negative press really bothers the Yorks. So I'm going to step it up. I've been way too hard on Kyle and Jimmy for years. Yeah, of course. We know who they are. Who set up this whole thing? Jed. Who ran off Harbaugh? Jed. Who should be the coach of this team right now? Harbaugh. Look what Pete Carroll is doing in Seattle. He's doing really well. Look at Harbaugh in Michigan. He's the king of Ann Arbor, and he's doing really well. But no, Jed needs to be the king here. He needs to be the king, so Harbaugh can't be here. And they have to go with these experiments of guys who, have promise. And the thing about Kyle is maybe he, in a different organization with a different structure and more checks and balances, he might be good. But here, where Jed just says, the whole thing, I don't see how it could ever work out. And it's Jed's fault.
I'll let you go on one last point. My brother at one time did live in Ann Arbor, Michigan for a couple years. He was job hopping, so Jim Harbaugh is the king of Michigan right now. He beat Ohio State. He got them to the college football playoff. The matchups matter there, but at least Harbaugh got them back, trying to contend. I don't see anything Jed's going to do what Jim Harbaugh is doing currently at Michigan.
Hey, say what you want about Harbaugh. He's not the greatest head coach. He is a very good head coach. Kyle is not a head coach. Kyle is a coordinator. Sorry. I mean, and that's just the way it is.
Yep.
Ekim, Korean Niner, good to see you.